In the quiet stillness of night, when the world descends into peaceful silence and our defenses soften, we find ourselves at the most vulnerable and potentially transformative moment of human existence, the threshold between wakefulness and rest. This sacred interval is more than a mere transition between states of consciousness. It is a profound spiritual opportunity for divine encounter, spiritual reflection, and soul restoration. The sacred scriptures offer us a powerful reminder of God's constant presence during our most vulnerable moments, beautifully captured in Psalm 4 verse 8, "In peace I will lie down and sleep, for you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety." These words are not simply poetic expression but a powerful theological declaration, an affirmation that divine protection transcends human understanding, that peace is not dependent on external circumstances but on an internal spiritual connection. As we prepare to enter this night prayer, we recognize that sleep is not merely a biological necessity but a spiritual practice, a moment of complete surrender, and an act of profound trust. The night represents more than darkness. It symbolizes our human journey through uncertainty, through seasons of waiting, through moments when human control seems minimal. In these hours, we are invited to release our carefully constructed facades, to set aside our daytime strategies, and to embrace a posture of complete vulnerability and trust. Our modern world rarely celebrates vulnerability. We are conditioned to appear strong, to maintain constant productivity, to project an image of perpetual resilience. Yet, in the sacred space of nighttime prayer, we are called to a different rhythm, a rhythm of surrender, of acknowledging our limitations, of embracing our fundamental need for divine guidance and protection. This prayer is an intentional spiritual practice, a deliberate act of placing our entire being, our fears, our hopes, our unresolved challenges, our deepest dreams, into divine hands. It is not a passive submission but an active, powerful declaration of faith, a recognition that true strength emerges not from human effort but from divine alignment. As we stand at the threshold of this spiritual journey, we prepare to transform our nightly rest from a mere biological function into a profound spiritual experience. Our transition from introduction to prayer is not just a narrative shift but a spiritual movement, from human uncertainty to divine assurance, from fragmented consciousness to holistic spiritual restoration. Say this prayer before you sleep tonight. Eternal and merciful God, as I prepare to enter the sacred space of night, I come before you with a heart fully surrendered, seeking your divine presence in this most vulnerable moment of human existence. The darkness that surrounds me is not a place of fear, but a sanctuary of divine encounter, a profound opportunity for spiritual restoration and intimate connection. In this moment of profound stillness, I acknowledge my complete dependence on your supernatural protection, guidance, and love. Just as the world around me transitions into peaceful rest, I invite your transformative presence to permeate every dimension of my being, my body, mind, spirit, and soul. I release the burdens of the day, the unresolved tensions, the unmet expectations, the accumulated stress that threatens to disrupt my inner peace. Each challenge, each struggle becomes a prayer, a moment of surrender, an opportunity for divine intervention. Where human strategies have failed, your infinite wisdom begins its miraculous work. Lord, I recognize that sleep is not merely a biological necessity but a spiritual practice of profound trust. In these hours of physical vulnerability, I choose to anchor myself in your unchanging nature. My rest becomes an act of faith, a declaration that my protection is not dependent on my own capabilities but on your eternal, unfailing love. Guard my physical body during these hours of restoration. Be the ultimate physician, the divine healer who understands the intricate design of human physiology. Flow through every cell, every system, bringing healing, renewal, and supernatural regeneration. Repair what has been damaged, strengthen what has been weakened, restore what has been depleted. Protect my mind in these vulnerable hours. Create an impenetrable fortress against destructive thoughts, negative imaginations, and spiritual attacks. Filter my subconscious realm, purifying my dream spaces, bringing divine order to my internal landscape. Let your peace, which transcends human understanding, become the guardian of my mental and emotional well-being. I declare supernatural protection over my dreams. Transform them from mere neurological processes into prophetic spaces of divine communication. Where the enemy attempts to bring confusion, nightmares, or spiritual disruption, I invoke your protective power. Let my nights become periods of spiritual downloads, of divine strategy, of heavenly perspective. Lord, I surrender my unresolved relationships, my complex emotional terrains. Where misunderstandings persist, where hurt lingers, where communication seems impossible, I release these burdens into your capable hands. Be the ultimate mediator, the divine reconciler who can restore what human efforts cannot heal. Protect my family and loved ones during this night. Extend your protective mantle beyond my individual experience. Create spiritual force fields around those I love, guarding them from seen and unseen challenges. Be their comfort in potential pain, their strength in potential weakness, their hope in potential uncertainty. I reject the spirit of fear that seeks to infiltrate my night season. Fear is not a protective mechanism but a destructive force that prevents experiencing your full potential. Replace fear with a sound mind, with supernatural peace, with confident trust in your divine orchestration. Dispatch your angelic hosts as active guardians. Let them not be passive observers but powerful spiritual forces that actively engage in protection. Create strategic spiritual interventions that preempt potential challenges, that redirect negative trajectories, that manifest your protective power in tangible ways. Lord, I thank you that your protection is not a passive shield but an active, transformative force. You don't just protect me from harm but propel me towards divine destiny. Every potential challenge becomes a chrysalis of spiritual transformation, every threat an opportunity for demonstrating your extraordinary power. As I prepare to enter physical rest, I do so not in human vulnerability but in divine confidence. My sleep becomes a spiritual posture of complete surrender, of total trust. Guard my subconscious realm, purify my inner spaces, bring divine restoration in these hours of physical recuperation. I declare your promises over my life. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. What the enemy intends for destruction, you will transform for divine purpose. My life is not a victim of circumstance but a vessel of your extraordinary grace. Bring divine alignment to my upcoming day. As I rest, orchestrate supernatural connections, divine appointments, strategic opportunities. Prepare my spirit, my mind, my emotions for what lies ahead. Let my night season become a powerful incubation period for future breakthrough. I acknowledge that your love is not contingent on my performance, my perfection, or my ability to maintain spiritual discipline. Your grace covers my weaknesses, your mercy transforms my limitations. In my most vulnerable state, physically asleep, spiritually surrendered, I am most profoundly held by your infinite love. My trust is not in human strength but in your eternal power. My hope is not in circumstances but in your unchanging nature. My protection is not a desperate plea but a confident declaration. In complete surrender, in total trust, in profound peace, I enter this night season. In your mighty name, I pray and declare. Amen. As our night prayer reaches its profound culmination, we stand at the threshold of spiritual reflection and divine affirmation. The journey we've traversed transcends mere words, becoming a lived experience of supernatural grace and intimate connection. We conclude by turning to the timeless words of Psalm 23 verses 4 to 6, a testament to divine comfort and protection. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil. For you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me, in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Surely your goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Call to action. To our cherished viewers. 1. Subscribe to our channel for continuous spiritual inspiration. 2. Share this video with your loved ones, spreading hope and divine peace. 3. Leave a comment below, sharing how this prayer has touched your spiritual journey. May divine peace surround you, hope fill your heart, and love guide your path.